Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. I hope you're doing great. A couple of things to tell you about today in my Accelerate Your Ascension group. We are going to be doing a burn ceremony. So if you have intentions for the new moon in Aries, which is still very strong today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a burn ceremony to sort of send your intentions off into the universe. And that is going to be happening at 3:30 today. At 1 o'clock today, our Pathfinders Live, I'm going to be doing a live meditation for the new moon in Aries. Today and tomorrow are the strongest energies of that new moon, not right when it's happening, but a couple of days after. So that's what's going to be happening today. And also, if you're interested in joining up on the spiritual business class, there is a link below. We are starting in April. So if you have an idea, you really want to get out there and get yourself on the path to your mission and purpose, join up. There's a link below. Okay, all those memberships, all those groups and mentorships are also in the description box. All right, so this is a different deck than I normally use. It was a brand new deck that I just was very interested in. It's called the Higher Self Oracle. So I thought we would use this today as our jumping off point for the reading. All right. Wow. Boy, I keep seeing this transformation. I've been doing some North Node readings this week, more like spring, not exactly a month reading, but, a springtime reading. And transformation was a big, big lesson in those readings. Vision, understanding what your vision is. Oh my goodness, failure. Okay. So not every failure, not everything we do works out. Not every failure works out. Not everything we do works out. And sometimes it's like you don't know until many years later that it was lucky that didn't work out. So something is not working out right now, or something is showing up as like maybe you're disappointed in the direction of a project or a relationship. What it's doing is it's giving more depth and roundness to your vision of what you're creating in this new transformative energy. So let things go. If things want to go, let them go. Don't hold on. All right, don't hold on. 10 of Pentacles underneath. Look at this. 9 of Cups underneath. Really healing our relationship to manifestation. Excuse me. Our relationship to what we want. Some of you are just coming out of this. This is almost like you're in a deep freeze, right? Almost like you're in a deep freeze. And that's, if some of you have felt like nothing's moving and you have felt like that was a failure, it's not, all right? It's not. It's something that's helping you identify what you truly want. Beautiful. Chariot energy, the King of Wands. I love it. 2 of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, 4 of Wands, beautiful, beautiful. Knight of Swords, the Justice card, and the Judgment card. Wow, together. So Justice and Judgment, whenever they show up together, which isn't very often, I don't know why that is, but I hardly ever see those two cards connected. And mostly because I feel like it's the flip side of it's the flip side of a coin, right? So Justice is things just seem right? Things just seem like they're working out. But really what they're bringing you is a new decision point. So if something has closed up or something has finished or is ending, you can go back and look at it as a failure if you want. But I honestly feel like this has to do with reframing things in your life, not as failures or as disappointments, but as choice points. All right, choice points for making a new decision. You can always make a new decision. I once had a friend many, many years ago. This was when first couple of jobs out of college, and she had taken a job that was just awful. It was just horrific. And I kept waiting for her to say, this isn't right for me or something like that. But she took it as like being punished for making a decision that was not the career choice of her family. She took it as Well, I got to stay in this because I made the decision, so I've got to stay. And I'm like, how many stays? How long is it that you have to endure something before you go, okay, I get to leave now? Because it's not like you're saying, oh, I don't really know if this is good for me. You're saying, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. This is not what I wanted. This has nothing to do with what I want to do with my life. And it took her like 3 years. Seriously, because she was like, I didn't know. And later on, she said, I didn't know I could make another choice. I thought I had to, be punished for making a decision. I had to just live with it. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Knowing her parents, I could see that they were very much like, you made your bed, you got to lie in it, and this is how it has to be. And I was like, well, all right, maybe there is some learning that comes from making decisions that bring us into a place of, oh, I failed. But I feel like, I don't know if it was the Taurus in her or what it was, but she was just like determined that there was going to be something good coming of this choice. And I was like applauding that. I'm like, okay, great. Something good is going to come of this. You know what the good thing was that came of it? Her leaving. That's what came of it. That was the good thing. She finally recognized, oh, I don't have to stay in this. This is not for me. Okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to move on. I'm going to take what I learned and roll with it. So that was the thing. She could have done that 2 years before. But that was her lesson. And that's how she chose to look at it. She chose to look at that choice as a failure. And she chose to look at that way of doing things as, if I make a mistake, I'm going to have to live with it. And I just feel like what this is saying is the Chariot and the King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune is saying, listen, you're offered a lot of different decisions in your life, and you spend some time thinking about them. You spend some time kind of ruminating about them, but you don't really know. You don't really know. And, until you swim around in it for a while. And, most of our learning is experiential, because you've seen this before, that you have, like, even in our own experiences, that we have partners that we miss the red flags, or we miss the red flags about a job, or we miss the red flags about something. And then we're like, all right, how do I make the best of this? Or how do I deal with this? Instead of just making a plan. We are in Aries time. Make a plan. Make a plan. Okay, this sucks. All right, I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to make a different decision. What sucks about it? What sucks about it? Like, let's look at what we're healing from, and what is this triggering in me that isn't satisfactory anymore, or isn't on my forward moving path, but it's sort of like something that, all right, I've already learned this lesson. Like, how many times do I have to come across this lesson? And the truth is, you only have to come across it once. But as humans, we do experience things multiple times until we kind of get them, and we kind of recognize our own power for moving on from something that hasn't worked out. So the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Look at this beautiful energy of celebration, joy. I feel like once you take the bull by the horns here, like bull by the horns, bull is Taurus, which is kind of interesting because my friend was a Taurus and she was unwilling to take the bull by the horns. But if you're willing, I think one of the things she was unwilling to do, and this is not about Taurus, but one of the things she was unwilling to do was admit that she had made a mistake. And no one is going to be like, casting her into a pit. No one is going to be laughing at her. No one is going to. In fact, her friends were all like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, okay, so let's do something different. Those are friends. If someone is laughing at you, or if someone is making you feel bad, or making you stay in a situation that doesn't serve you, that's not a friend. Okay, that's a frenemy, or that's definitely an enemy, and you don't need to listen to that. What's being asked of you right now is to decide. King of Wands, we take responsibility for making that choice. Okay, I made this choice and didn't work out, but I did learn that this is what I don't want, this is what I don't want, this is what I don't want. I kind of like this, but not here. And where can I now go? I mean, sometimes our mistakes are much, much better at defining what we do want. So that is the gift. That is the gift of failure. I never thought I'd say that, but there it is. That's the gift of failure, is it improves your vision. It improves your vision. And it gives you a sense of, okay, I can just clear this off the table. I did have another friend who went to med school and went to, serious amount of schooling and everything like that for a practice that he eventually didn't do. Same thing with lawyer friends who went to law school and are like, yeah, no, not doing that. I want to do public defender, or I don't like this firm. I don't like that, whatever. It's important to be able to see those things and see them for the gift that they are. They are showing us what we don't want. And that many times is a lot stronger than, yeah, I want love and joy and happiness. Like, those things are hard to define. But when we get into this place of like, oh yeah, that place is a snake pit. I don't want to deal with those kinds of people anymore. Bingo. Oh yeah, I prefer to be working with a team rather than all on my own. I prefer to be outside all day instead of being cooped up in a cube. I prefer to have a relationship that is focused on children than one that is focused on past mistakes or divorce or anything like that. I prefer to have a relationship that is based on mutual respect rather than one that is all about undermining my self-confidence. Okay? So, and then don't stay. All right? And then be like, all right, this doesn't work for me. I'm admitting that I made this choice, right? Libra is made a decision. I made a decision. Maybe I made a hasty decision. And now I'm going to make another decision. You can always make another choice. Ding, ding. You can always make another choice. All right, I'm going to continue on and see where this goes. I'll give you a little bit more information about this, but I'm going to look at blocks and I'm going to look at where the choices are. Okay? All right. Link is below. If you want to continue on with me, Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.